It's week 9 of the NFL, and we've got C.J. Stroud. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bills and the Colts, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Richardson, he'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. This defense for the Bills, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Stroud out of the gun here. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Short throw caught by Bowers. The numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going against 2nd to last in the pass defense area. Good for him. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. In motion, the tight end. Throwing now is Stroud. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Stroud to throw it. Over the middle, hooks up with the tight end Bowers. And the Bills are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal from just inside the 5.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Spiller is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. 3rd and goal, Stroud. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. On the option left, Richardson. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And they'll try to run the option here. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Colts are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And we are tied at 7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year. But you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run. So this game is crucial.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 4.
At the 37-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 62 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He'll get this one to Pittman. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Richardson back to throw it. On the move past the 40. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Richardson looking to throw this. This one finds Pierce on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Richardson. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now Richardson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 3 yards out, and the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bills offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season. And if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And Stroud now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Stroud. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here goes Stroud again. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Stroud looking to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
That's another Buffalo Bills.
Gibbs on the toss left. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. See what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
He notched his 15th touchdown pass of the year on that last drive, and they'll look to keep it going here, 1st and 10. Richardson working from the gun. Shakes off the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Richardson looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the shotgun, Richardson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Richardson with a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Richardson yet again. That's complete to Pierce. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Final play of the half, Stroud. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we come to halftime. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Play action. Here's Stroud. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. On the give, here's Gibbs. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Colts 37-yard line.
Stroud working out of the gun. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
A toss out right to Gibbs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Flushed out right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Here's Stroud. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. C.J. Stroud with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, they were down 6 at intermission, but they quickly erased that deficit. And, Charles, now they've got a chance to take the lead.
And while being down 6 points, obviously not an insurmountable lead, tying a game up, that just relaxes a whole team, doesn't it? And now when you add the extra point and you go up, you really feel good about what you've accomplished.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Richardson. Throw left side taken in by Pittman. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He'll get this one to Pittman. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Back to the air with Richardson. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 43. Now Richardson back to throw it. So nothing doing there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. Play action. Now Richardson. And he's got Pierce. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
And the Colts first down.
Off the option, here's Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On the option, a give to Taylor here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now it's Richardson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Micah Parsons in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And this one is right through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this 3rd quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
Stroud sets up the play action. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best.
Exactly.
Put it all the way down and try to increase.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Richardson to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, 62 yards. And the Colts use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And the Bills getting set to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Stroud to throw it. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Stroud looking to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. The Colts on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 10. Now Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On the handoff, Taylor. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. So here's a 3rd and 14. Richardson looking to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now Stroud. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Stroud. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Throwing now is Stroud. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Over the middle, complete. It's Pearson. And they're going to speed things up here. Again, it's Stroud. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Stroud out of the gun here. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. 2nd and 5. Here's Stroud. He'll go right back to St. Brown. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
That's another Buffalo Bills
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And Stroud now to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Stroud. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here are the Colts to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. From the shotgun, Richardson. That one finds Pierce right side.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
On the move, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Stroud. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Stroud working out of the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Open man is Chase, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Stroud will look to throw once more. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. Here's a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Stroud to throw it. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And his kick is right there. It's good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, You've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Richardson to throw it. That's complete to Pierce. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 2nd and 6 coming up. Stroud. That's complete to Chase. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Here's Stroud. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Stroud. Here we go, this to avoid overtime. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And his kick is good. He knocks through his 3rd field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. And the Bills are going to get out of